up, guys? Over at the yard here, I just pulled the carpet out of this green Rav4 and took it to the car wash. Hit it with some high pressure soap and high pressure rinse. Let it drain, sit in the sun. Need to flip it over probably halfway through the day and let the sound deadening felt underneath sort of steam off, and then the inside of that car is gonna just smell really nice all year round. One of the biggest reasons why old cars are kind of gross is just because all the years of spilt coffee or soda or, heaven forbid, barf. There's really no way to clean it properly while the carpet's still in the car. And for Rav4s, it takes, I don't know, maybe about an hour, and you'll have all the trim and center console and all the seats out, and you can just pull that carpet up, roll it up, take it to the good old car wash for, I think, spent $10 today cleaning that. It's gonna be really great. So the windshield seal here was leaking and water was making its way inside. So the Toyota factory windshield seals, they sort of shrink up a little bit over time, and they'll lift where any rust is, and water will run its way inside the vehicle. So you'll find that on the floor pan, and we've got some 3S GTT parts on the floor in here right now, but the idea is to just watch this floor for the next couple of days since I've taped this up and see if any water accumulates. You want to make sure that you've, got rid of the source of the leak before you put that carpet back in, because it gets dank pretty quick and then it stinks. And that's the Canadian winter, when you have it wet inside with all that old dust and dirt and spilt sodas for 20 years. Once that sort of, the sun hits that and that sort of steams up, this pretty gross concoction of vapors. So I like to just pull those things and clean them. So this is it for the Rav4 GTT chassis number 1. I'm going to be stripping everything off this that I possibly can and sending it to scrap. It's going to be kind of sad. Did a lot of really awesome traveling and awesome adventures with this particular one, but it's a new chapter of life and you got to move on. So I just finished painting this corner here. I mean, you can see that bodywork is really not very good at all, right? But it's not rusty, and that's a brand new piece of steel. So, for a $600 vehicle that you buy off of Craigslist or Kijiji, and it's got a bunch of rust back there, if you replace that with real steel and just do the bodywork like kind of half-assed, if you're gonna be ignoring little dings and dents like these here anyways, I mean, who really cares, right? You're not driving around with a vehicle with rust on it, and from 20 feet away, it looks just fine. So that's sort of my level of repair, I guess you could say. I just really think there's a lot of value in buying these still and chopping out that rust or replacing the panel that has rust on it. I believe I have another fender that's green and it doesn't have this spot on it, so rather than get out the paint, I'll just swap that fender out, and then if you really want to, you could give the whole thing like a cut and polish to sort of bring the surface oxidation back to the same level on each panel, because sometimes it's just the environment that the vehicle was driven in or stored in that determines what the surface looked like. So this right here, it's swapped out with this one pretty easily, and there's a rust in these corners here, so just change that grill out from 97. It was like 95 to 97 they had that honeycomb. 98 they went to this. So I even have another grill actually without that rubber being broken. So there we go, enough rambling. Just thought I would show you the difference there. Alright, so I got the green RAV4 up here. Now I've got to get all this stuff changed out here. The springs, I don't know what these are called, insulators there. Both control arms and the rear differential mount, because the one on the Torsen diff that I put together is poly-filled. So this RAV4 is in pretty good shape. It's in just about as good a shape as the white one was when I got it. Right, so I almost got everything off of this that I was looking to. Here's the new machine. It's an old man emu spring there. Control arms have the poly bushings in them, so I saved those. Rims. So here's the body work. Paint color turned out pretty good. Never really expected that it was going to be perfectly smooth and undetectable, but sure beats the big rust patch that was there before. So here's all the goodies. 3-inch exhaust, custom made for the RAV4. Old man emu springs, the new rear control arms. They've got poly bushings in them. Old man emu shocks. The trailer hitch with the Torsen differential sitting here on the ground. So the idea is to get this into a rolling chassis and then get rid of it. And that'll be down to this one, Caldina, and the other white RAV4 that you saw in the other video. That's gonna sort of sit around for a while, right where this one was. And I'll probably be using it for storage as I do some body work on it, because it's got some rusted out rocker panels that needs to be welded up. So I'm gonna use it for storage while I work on that slowly. There's the other 3S GTT engine, 2 Caldina gearboxes, which are probably both fine. We were suspecting the gearboxes were bad, but in both cases we had, well, one case was broken shifter cable, and the other time was Tanner's Caldina had a spring popped out of the clutch. Disc. So both of those gearboxes are still okay, suitable for swaps. Alright, so this is the diff carrier of all-wheel drive 98 RAV4. Just putting the Torsen diff and replacing these rear control arms. These ones here, they have poly bushings in them. In order to install these, the last time I had it done in a shop and the guys were just fighting like crazy with it. So I took the whole thing out so I can pound out these cam bolts here. There's like knurls on the end and they rust together and kind of make this hard to get out, so it's a lot easier on the ground. And it's just 4 bolts holding this whole diff carrier to the bottom of the RAV. A lot lighter than the Celica GT4 and Caldina rear end, that's for sure. That's where you get all this weight savings with the RAV4 compared to the Caldina. Anyways, gotta get back to this here. Trying to catch up before the rain comes, because it looks like she's on her way. Well, this is it for the Rav4 GTT. Time to get this scrap heap out of here. A little bittersweet, I won't lie. C'est la vie, new chapter in life. All right. So here we go. Got rid of a lot of junk and get to kind of start over. There's so much body work to do on this white one here that I don't think I'm going to swap everything into the white one. I think I'm going to swap everything into the green one, because the body on this is just, it's in really great shape. Alright, time to go get the Caldina.